Hi, my name is Neil Pedersen. I am one of the owners of Pedersen and Sons Surety Bond Agency, and today I'm going to talk about bonds pending appeal and why they are important for your client to obtain, and why it's important to have a knowledgeable agent like myself handle your bond pending appeal, and why not everybody understands what's associated with it. Once a judgment's entered against a client, in a lot of jurisdictions, it can be executed upon immediately. In some jurisdictions, there's a little bit of a safe time before the judgment can be executed. For example, if we use New York State, once a judgment's entered, the opposing party can go to the sheriff and start having assets restrained or seized, and that is a very messy process. Now, to prevent that from happening, you can file a notice of appeal and an undertaking on appeal. In two recent cases I was brought in after another agent could not obtain a bond and an individual had assets restrained. And what that looked like was that he couldn't pledge the assets he had to obtain the bond. He had to use other means of obtaining the bond, and the sheriff restrained his accounts, and he was liable to pay sheriff's poundage, which is, I believe, about 5.5%, which is extremely costly to him. He then had to pay his attorneys to go into a court to have the assets unrestrained once he filed the bond. And that whole process ended up costing him several times what a surety bond would have costed pending appeal. If he had contacted me initially, he could have saved probably about $80,000. In another case, we had a similar situation where we were brought in after the client had assets restrained, and the restraining of the assets disrupted their business and their operations, and it just became a mess, and the client's still dealing with the issues from it. Instead, you can contact me once you know a judgment's going to be entered that you're going to appeal instead of satisfy, and we can work towards bonding it. Once again, my name is Neil Pedersen, Pedersen and Sons Surety Bond Agency. Thank you.